Okay. Let's make sure my sound's working good here. Hold on a second. Okay. Alright, good. How's everybody doing? Got her on out there. We got Thundernut. We got Joy. Who else we got still with us here now? Let's see, let me look at participants. Yep, it's just us 4 weirdos. It's just us 4 weird people. So, hey Ron, Ron, would you like to get on here and talk about anything tonight? Would you like to get on? Ron. Back. You know what? Good, Ron. Hold on. Let me send you. You got my phone number, Ron? All right, I can email it to you. Let's see, right. And you are. What's the first 3 of your email address, Ron? The first 3 letters of your email. I know I've sent you plenty of mail. I don't know what your. Just give me the first 3 letters. I'll email you my phone number and you can call me. I don't think you've talked to me. I think my phone number's changed since the last time I talked to you. Open mic night. Ron called it first. Ron gets on first. Joey, you're going to have to wait your turn. Thundernut, you're going to have to wait your turn. Alright, well, Thundernut's leaving then. Ron, what is the first 3 letters of your email address? As soon as I start typing it here, it'll finish out for me. That's right, Ron Z. That's right. Should have just typed Ron, but I thought it was something else. That's what it was, Ron Z. What the fuck is my Okay, Ron, just mailed it to you. Let me get my charger turned on. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to plug this thing in. My camera's probably gonna die. Oh shit. Come on. You hear this fucking thing? Does anybody got a phone that does this shit here? Your damn cord does this shit here. It don't matter how you look at this. So I don't know if it's charged or not. There it goes. Now it's charging. It's crazy. Anyway. Oh, shit. Let me get this ready so Ron can call. Hold on. Stupid phone. Damn it. Shut up. Oh my God. I'm telling y'all, it's the worst show on YouTube. Alright, don't touch it. Richard Clark gets near this thing. Oh, Joey, we got approximately 1/2 to 1 inch of temporary snow-like substance. It was cold, and it was white, and you couldn't really do anything with it. It melted away quicker than it came, and so we didn't really get any snow. I mean, we might as well have been in Puerto Rico or something. I mean, we didn't get shit here. But all around us got socked in real good. They all got like a ton of snow, it seemed like, but we didn't get nothing. We always seem to be like in that pocket, and I think it's because they're not doing their snow dances right. Hello? Oop, speaker. There you go. Hello?
Yeah, I can't stay long. I gotta go. I got a dinner engagement, but I thought I'd say hello. I talked to you for ages.
Well, absolutely. Hold on. I gotta turn you up because I can't hardly hear you. Let's see. Wait a minute. Let's make sure everybody can hear you. Can everybody in chat hear Ron? I can turn my mic up too.
Speak. I'll speak. Hello.
Let me hit my thing over here. Hold on, Ron.
Turn mine down. Just about busted my ears out.
Let me hit my all right, over here. Hold on, Ron. Hold on. Turn mine down. Just about busted my ears out. Let me hit. All right, hold on, Ron. I'm trying to turn my mic around to face you better. Ooh. You should be. Damn it.
Testing.
I think I got you at the wrong damn part here, Ron. Alright, can we hear you now, Ron?
I hear you. Can you hear me?
Alright, don't say nothing else. Can we hear you now, Ron?
I hear you. That was really muffled.
Okay. We can hear you now, Ron. Let me turn up the mic a little bit, and I can stand back. I'll stand back here, and they should hear me, and they should be able to hear you just fine.
Cool.
How you doing, sir?
Good. I haven't talked to you for a long time, man. What's up?
Well, Ron, I'm glad you got on here.
You know, I was just telling Joy I've been kind of loosely following you after you. The same old cast of characters in play, especially those Bali boys. It's pretty comical. But anyway.
Well, you know, I keep breaking my own damn promises, Ron. I promised myself I'm going to not go off the damn reservation. I am not going to try to help anybody. I ain't even going to try to talk to nobody. And I ain't going to say nothing to nobody. And, you know, and still...
just bring you up.
Yeah, and then so, you know, because it's been so long, it's been, I guess, since... I don't know Julio from somewhere else, and you know, it's been a long time since I have, you know, reached out to call somebody's bluff, so to speak. You know, when I hear a bunch of people sitting around gang talking me, you know, that I don't even fucking know them. You know, but they won't.
I know who you're talking about.
No, and they won't even reach out to me and say, hey, you know, would you mind coming on here and answering some questions? We got questions about you or whatever you're talking about, and you know, to give me the opportunity to whatever, you know. I don't really get it. And then when they start doing it again, I'll show up in their chat and I'll be like, hey, I'm here. Don't stop talking. Don't stop talking about me now. Can I at least get in the conversation since we're talking about me? That would kind of be rude to be talking about me while I'm sitting here in chat. That kind of be shillish.
What's up with this Korean thing? Is it just spoof? Is there a bunch of people still afraid of all that?
What, Korea? Or are people afraid of Korea? I think Americans in general are just, they're scared to fucking death of them or something.
Well, shit, I'm supposed to be the one that's afraid. I ain't in their sights, right? I'm in reach, or they're not.
Well, I mean, when I was working as a government shill, actually, I gave your actual longitude and latitude to that beautiful house you have on that beautiful lake against that beautiful mountain. That is the point of impact that Kim Jong-il is going to be aiming for, because he needed a coordinate to a major base, and I gave him your house because that was the only address that I knew off the top of my head that he could reach. So, chances are, if he lights one off, you're a goner, buddy.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to skip it off the ocean a couple times, because I'm pretty sure he can just hit the Pribilof Islands according to their science. Of course, he has to go into outer space in that, back in, and then have the coordinates exactly hit the spot. So, good luck, Kim Jong.
Oh, he doesn't ever want to go to nuclear. I mean, to be honest with you, he couldn't do half as much damage to the people on that side of the earth. I mean, look at Fukushima. That's like fucking a nuclear bomb after nuclear bomb after nuclear bomb after nuclear bomb. Every time they dump a damn 40 tons of water in the ocean that's highly contaminated, it's like, and that's the way it's going. And, he couldn't do shit compared to that right there.
I'm glad to bring that up because, I haven't seen in my area yet any effects on the salmon, which is good. It's been, 5 years now? Or 4 years.
I remember seeing short clips from from deep in the Pacific on the floor in some places from NOAA cameras, which they've since shut down, that showed a lot of dead. It showed like 80% death just on the sea floor right in front of the camera.
Yeah, I think we've been pretty lucky so far staying out of that main trail, but that probably won't last much longer.
And it might be.
What I'm saying is, like, any of the salmon that I've caught, I haven't seen any noticeable effects with contamination. Or, of course, like the red salmon, they go out for 3 years. So, if anything, it'll affect the offspring more than the fish that are out there with hatch. The reds are typical 3-year fish, 2 to 3-year fish, and kings are up to 5-year fish. So, when was that? What year was that? Remember?
It was about 10 years ago, not quite 10 years ago.
Has it been that long?
It's been a while, man. Fukushima's been going on. I don't know, probably maybe 5 years. I don't know, man. There's so much shit happens all the time, Ron. I can't fucking keep up with it and the dates and stuff like that. It's amazing.
I hear you.
The world spins at an alarming rate to me. I'm just one of them people that's like, hey, just fucking everybody stop for a second.
Yeah. Yeah, I just got my kids back out to one grad school and the other back to college. And I got another one going in next fall. They'll have 3 of them in. That's fun.
How's the real estate going there? Is it up, down, sideways?
Sideways. It's this is kind of the slow time of year. So. I was looking at Seattle. Shit, there's properties in Seattle that are going up 6% a month.
Yeah.
A lot of the Chinese are moving in there because I guess Vancouver has adopted a heavy import tax on them. But now they're starting to migrate to Seattle, and then of course Amazon's there also. The huge influx of high-paying jobs that came in over the last few years. Yeah. that area, the northwest is hopping. We just usually go up flow and go down flow if there's a downward pressure. Maybe like 5 or 6% a year.
Well, I don't mind people from China. I don't give, you know, honestly, I think it's good. If we're the melting pot we're supposed to be, then I don't want to see it all be Latinos coming here. I'd like to see a large other population of somebody else come here, too, to even things out. And that don't include Canadians.
I wasn't implying that. I'm just saying that's where some of the growth has been coming from. And the reason that I
but they're definitely buying a lot of property over here. There's a lot of foreign people out of China that are buying a shitload of property in the United States, not just in Seattle, man. It's going on in a lot of different places. But I don't mind. At least they're coming here with some fucking money. Yeah, the property values go up, and you know, if you want to, just find somewhere cheaper to live. Start a new community, whatever. I mean, nobody needs to live in, you know, unless you are into like you want to live in a high rise in a downtown congested area with a bunch of damn people. I don't live like that. I can't live like that.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't either. I'll put up with the cold weather and the dark winters.
Mm-hmm.
So, hang on a minute. Yeah.
I saw a big old hawk in my front yard the other day. I walked up to him twice and took a video of it, and it's actually on the phone that I'm talking to you on. But he kind of scary, man, because he wasn't moving. He was as big as a damn chicken. I don't know if that's big for a hawk, because as close as I've ever gotten one, but once I got about 10 feet away from him, man, I realized that damn thing could probably do some damage if he wanted, you know, before I could get clear. But he hung out right on a post in my yard for about an hour. Didn't move.
I'm sorry, what was that?
A big old hawk.
Oh.
Was hanging out in my front yard for about an hour. He was as big as a chicken.
I get some big eagles flying. I had actually last summer, there were 2 infants that, you know, they're just getting their flying feathers. You can tell they're not the right color. They're pretty much brown and kind of brownish speckled color. Bald eagles, and this is the first time in all these years that they were, you know, one of them was going after one of the cats, or my cat, because they never bothered with the cats and dogs around here. They just go fishing, you know. Mm-hmm. They fly right over the house all the time. I was sitting in the living room one day, and all of a sudden the lift just breaks out into loud rumblings. I was like, what in the hell? So this eagle tries landing on this metal roof and slid off the end, and just about hit the ground and flew out and landed on a lawn chair. I got a picture of it somewhere. But I thought those birds are huge. The wingspan is, hell, even those small ones, you know, that were like 4 or 5 months old, the wingspan was pushing 8 feet. Crazy.
You know, I saw you out in chat earlier arguing with Joy about whether it was flat or whether it was round.
Yeah, Joy, she's a flatty.
So, since you're in here, I'm going to go ahead and let you prove to these flat earthers that it's a globe. You got, I don't know, take as much time as you want. Go.
See, both over the horizon, moons, the sunlight on the moon. What else? The star patterns, those inner celestial star patterns. They absolutely prove 100% that it's a globe. No doubt.
Coriolis effect?
goes fast.
Okay.
God, where should I stop? You landed on the moon? Come on.
Yeah.
It's a physical object.
Everything else is a planet. Yep.
You want me to continue?
Yeah. No. You are here to prove that globe. You go ahead and prove it.
Rivers run downhill. Everything on the globe's downhill. Gosh, that's a no-brainer. You know what? I never really had to put that cap on a whole lot. That was a hard one.
Well, I like to let these flat earthers know that the math says if we weren't spinning at 1,000 miles an hour on the equator, all the atmosphere would just get sucked away.
Well, you know, that reminds me, about 2.5 years ago, you said, and I could never find that, you said that they say that the atmosphere slows down as it's approaching the outer limits of its gravity. Is that correct?
It is much like the batter in a mixing bowl. This is how it was explained to me in science, which was that you think of like mixing the batter in a bowl, and you hold the side of the bowl while you got your electric mixer going in it, because if you let go of the side of the bowl will somewhat spin on the counter beneath you, but it won't spin as fast as your beaters. So the atmosphere would be the batter, the earth would be the beaters, and the space, edge of space, would be the side of the bowl. Obviously a solid structure. But from what I understand understand recently is it is the gravitational field at the point of the mesosphere, which is actually, this what I was told, spinning at approximately 666 miles per hour by another person that knows all about the globe, just like me.
And yet the atmosphere is dragged with the earth, not.
You know what?
It's not caused by gravity.
While you're proving the globe, I'm going to show some pictures. I'm going to show a couple of videos while you're talking. Go ahead and talk, Ron. I'm going to need to teach these flat earthers a damn lesson, because all I see is people arguing about other people, and I don't really understand, but
you know, what about the artillery men? They have to put their coordinates in to calculate for the curvature.
For the curvature?
Yeah, curvature.
Yeah, I know.
You know
That's
that curvature. You know the curvature that the boats go over. What else? There's no parallax that is substantial with the Northern Star. Did you know? Even though there's a wobble.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You mean no parallax in how long?
How long?
How long? Well, I mean, we know from the way the pyramids point that at some time in the past they were pointing in a different direction. That's how we know it's a globe. Anyway, let me show y'all. I want to prove to these guys. Are you watching this as well, Ron, or are you just talking?
Here, I can pull it up.
Let me know when you're ready. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll get started.
Is that you talking?
No, I'm waiting for you to be ready before I get started.
Okay.
You're not proving the globe worth of shit, Ron. I'm trying to help you.
I'm trying to figure out how to turn this volume down. There it is. Boop. Okay.
All right, you ready?
Still hear me?
All right. Yeah, I can hear you.
Gee.
Yep, I hear you. All right, you ready? Here we go. Boom. You know what that is right there, Ron? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. I see when it pops up. Hold on. I'm sorry. There. You see what that is, Ron? What is that?
I see blackness.
Okay, wait a second. Just hang it high. It's coming through. I guess you're buffering a little bit longer than I am. Anybody see what that is? It's Antonio's new girlfriend. No, Ryan, that is not Antonio's new girlfriend. Sorry.
And, you know, raindrops, there's teardrop shape.
Do you recognize that, Ron?
I don't get it yet, man. I don't have it.
Dang.
It is a break free.
You know what it is, Ron? That the satellites
It's taking too long.
that are over you are lagging behind.
Be at least
And that big
300 miles up, right?
Yeah, well, it's because of the mesosphere and the gravitational spin of the gravitational force field around the Earth. All right, so everybody, yeah, that's right, Ryan. That's right, Ryan. Thank you very much, Ryan. That is a Stretch Armstrong. Did anybody ever play with a Stretch Armstrong when they were growing up? Did anybody ever handle a Stretch Armstrong? Maybe Ron's too old. Ron's older than me, so he's probably
I don't even see what you guys are talking about.
Really? You're on the wrong channel, Ron.
I know. I'm looking online.
Yeah, they block me everywhere, Ron. You got to know the address. How'd you wind up? Where'd you come from anyway? Outer space?
The undersea cable. Oh no, wait, the satellite. This is
right. Well, it could be that's why you're lagging too, is because the underwater sea cable goes from the east around to the west. So it's got to go all the way around the Earth to get to you. But anyway, so what you see in front of you, except for Ron, is a Stretch Armstrong. And as Ryan Al said in chat, he is the most solid toys ever. You could pull him out and he was full of, it felt like clay. It was hard, but it was still pliable, like sap or something like that, but it was hard. This is what happens when you put a Stretch Armstrong in a vacuum. In a vacuum. Now we're going to slowly increase the vacuum here. Now when I was a kid, they said spacemen couldn't spend too much time in space because their heads swelled up. And then you see their spacesuits. You see their spacesuits. You see their spacesuits, and they're all like, and this is just a Stretch Armstrong right here. In fact, if you put anything into a vacuum, anything at all, it does all kinds of weird shit. Just a little bit of vacuum on anything. You could put anything, a glove, a piece of foam, a piece of styrofoam in a vacuum. It does all, it expands. Everything expands in a vacuum. Now that's a Stretch Armstrong. And you could say that that is a ball of clay in a very thick plastic bag, and when that bag blows, you're not going to see like the clay looking substance. It's totally on the, it draws everything out.
Can you imagine if you were an astronaut?
Right, yeah. Exactly. Even with a little hole in your space station, or a little hole in your suit, or...
I wonder what would happen first, though. Would your blood boil, or would it freeze before it quit boiling? I mean, what is it, minus 250 degrees?
Well, it's funny you said that because people have put water in a vacuum. Would you like to see that video? See, we don't have to speculate about a lot of this shit. That's the greatest thing about the information revolution is we don't have to. See, you see how Stretch Armstrong blows up into a globe? That's how you know it's a globe.
I got it.
That's how you know it's a globe right there. See, he gets round. Everything gets round. And the limitation is of the container he's in. Alright. Alright, so let's look at some more what happens when you put 30 marshmallows. 30 marshmallows in a vacuum chamber. Alright, let's fast forward it.
Vacuum pumps from my refrigeration days. I should do some experiments.
Okay, here's some marshmallows in a vacuum. They expand.
They gotta have moisture in them too, right?
How about flies? Can flies fly in a vacuum chamber? Here's a good question. Can flies fly in a vacuum chamber? Hold on. Alright, here we go, Ron. This guy's got... Here's your astronaut flies right here, Ron. You ready? I know, it's going to take you a minute. Yeah, I know. I'm premature. I get it.
I got it.
Okay, this dude's got, you know, flies. Yeah, these are some flies. He froze them. So they're still alive. He just froze them. They're gonna wake up. Let's see what happens to the flies. These are space flies right here. Ain't that the greatest thing about the damn internet? You can find anything you want. You can find any information on anything you want. Anything that you were guessing about you couldn't find materials on, but you can find a damn video of it. I can find a video of somebody fixing a transmission on a 1929 damn Tucker. Alright, so the flies are awake.
I've used it a lot for working on rigs. I was like, man, where was this when I was a teenager?
Isn't that weird? You can freeze some flies and they'll knock them out. Or maybe he knocked them out a different way. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay.
Alright, here goes the vacuum. He's gonna suck the air out of the flies. Let's see what happens to the flies when he sucks the air out of it. Oh, he's got a magnet on a ball. That's how he's stirring them up, with that magnet on a ball. Okay, we got negative vacuum. And we're still trying to see if flies can fly in a vacuum. Oh, look, flies don't fly in a vacuum worth a shit. Whoa, that's interesting, isn't it? Flies can't fly in a vacuum, meaning their wing propulsion does not work in a vacuum. I mean, you can flap your wings and you can put a jet engine on something all day long and it just doesn't work in a vacuum. Now, you've seen all them other videos that flat earthers have tried to do. It's easy to...
Isn't there enough particles up there to make it 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit still?
Right, yes, yes, should be 1,000 degrees. But obviously, flies cannot fly in a vacuum.
Sorry.
Yeah, flies can't fly in a vacuum. Alright, that's cool. How about eggs, Ron? You want to see some eggs? Eggs? See if eggs can fly in a vacuum.
We'll have cooked eggs here pretty quick.
Okay, this is what happens when you put 6 eggs in a huge vacuum.
I'm behind you, though.
I know. Oh. Let me get it going. Alright, now I fast forward it. Now it's ready to play.
No, I'm not too far behind.
Alright, so no effect on the eggs in a vacuum. Well, they started bubbling out the top though. Look. Damn, you can stand. You know, that is amazing right there. Look at the 2 rear eggs. Not the very rear egg, but the 2 eggs in the middle. You see how they're kind of spewing out there at the top? Watch. Look. Eggs are tough, man. You can stand on an egg just right. And here's some eggs. Here's some eggs. Just some. Oh shit! There you're talking about your blood boiling, right, Ron? There you go. There's your blood boiling. There's some live eggs right there, boiling like a son of a bitch. It's eggs in a vacuum.
I'm surprised those shells are holding up like that. It's amazing. Everything's just drying out inside, it looks like.
Look, it looks like it's boiling. It looks like it's boiling. It's just drawing all the air out of the eggs, all the air, right? Alright, how about something NASA? Since NASA can't do these experiments, we gotta wait for these guys like this to do these experiments. This guy's making dry ice.
Big ass vacuum chamber. Why don't they use it for, for real suit testing?
Well, I guess
They just drop feathers and bowling balls from it.
Okay, ballistic silicone or ballistics gel is made out of silicone. So that's kind of like the human body. So let's see what happens when you put silicone gel in a vacuum. Okay, this is a human arm. You might as well call this a human arm in the vacuum right here. Oh, look at there. Here, let's do it again. This is a little bit of vacuum. This ain't like a shitload of vacuum either. This is not a lot of vacuum. Look at that. Look at it. That's in slow motion. That's in slow motion. If your spacesuit popped open, it would suck your eyeballs clean out of your fucking skull in like less than a second. Now it's done sucked all the air out of it. It's bubbling back down. Sucked all the air out of it. Bubbling back down.
Oh, it goes up here. Speaking about eggs, I gotta go eat here pretty quick.
Alright, we need to get off here?
Yeah, here, 5 minutes.
Alright. Go ahead.
Well, I was wanting to get back to the atmosphere. Now, my understanding is that it's not the gravity that holds the atmosphere. It's the drag on the Earth that keeps it going with the Earth into the Earth. No. So you've heard something different now? It's actually gravity that's doing it?
What? Do I think that... Well, what the fuck? I'm not going to tell you what gravity does. I don't...
Drag is pulling the atmosphere along.
That drag is pulling the atmosphere along?
Mm-hmm.
Well, obviously it couldn't. If it's strong enough to hold it in, whatever that is, whatever it's, however it holds the atmosphere in this gravity, this force of gravity, however it holds the atmosphere in. Okay.
Like it holds the moon?
Well, I don't know at what point the things are affected. Like, I understand that different layers of air reside up high because different types of air or atmosphere is more buoyant than other atmosphere types, like methane and shit like that. Like, there's different layers in our higher atmosphere, okay? And none of them are oxygen that you breathe, because that's down here. Just like water is down below you. Water can't, unless it's in a form of a mist, it can rise up, but it's going to condensate and fall back down. Just like the air you breathe in and out of your mouth, it rises up and it falls back down. That's a temperature differentiate. That's a temperature difference. So whatever that aluminum plate is up there that surrounds us, I would say it's fairly unimpregnable. And as far as the atmosphere down here, spinning with it, well, I see clouds blowing to the left and to the right, from front to back. I see storms moving around at will. Yeah,
try to dice that one out in your head.
But let me tell y'all, it's a globe.
Of course it is. It's a huge globe.
It's a huge globe. Rocketing through space at 500,000 miles an hour, while spinning around a sun at 60,000 miles an hour, while twirling on its axis at 1,000 miles an hour.
With a little top wobble, by the way.
Hey, let me tell you something about inertia. It's a very controversial subject in that it's very selective. Inertia is as selective as gravity. Yeah, inertia is selective as gravity. Yep. I've been telling these flat earthers, man, that certain parts of the universe is beyond their comprehension. They could read a science book or something, but they don't. They don't read no science books like us, Ron. They're not well informed.
Yeah, they don't have the maths down.
They don't have the maths down. That's right, Ron.
It's all in the math.
Now, I know that everybody in chat is thinking one thing. Well, did they put a spacesuit in a vacuum by chance?
Yeah, they did, by the way.
And when they turned that knob, you damn sure right, it threw a vacuum on that thing. When they turned that knob to test it.
I think he had, his only side effect was sugar pops on his tongue, I think it was, wasn't it?
You know, I would think that the space station crew in that zero gravity environment, that they'd be cranking out experiments that make this joker here with his little vacuum chamber. They should be cranking out experiments that make this look like shit. Unfortunately, he makes them look like shit.
Well, isn't SpaceX, don't they have like how many up there right now? 5? Should be 5. We got 16. How many? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12, a dozen jerseys that they have to ship up here on the next mission, is they not? So they have the right one when the Super Bowl winners announced.
Oh, let's see. Hey, let's see what happens to a heart in a vacuum. This dude put a heart in a vacuum. I don't know where he got the heart at, Ron.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no, that's Hillary Clinton's heart.
We can only hope.
That's what happened to it. That's exactly what happened to it. Alright, so let's see what happens to water. A heart in water. Oh, look at the water start to just bubble and boil right off the bat with -1 atmosphere.
How many inches is that? What you got it at?
Say what?
Huh?
What?
How many inches?
How many inches of what?
Mercury. That's another methodology to, vacuum. 30 inches is a pure vacuum.
Ooh. Damn, that heart is exploding. Shit.
It's probably only at like 26 or 27.
Wait a minute. Let's see what he's got here.
If that.
He's got the other one looked like a... Alright. What the hell is this? I guess he's simulating the human blood and stuff. Is that what he's doing? Wow. That's nice. Lord of Random. King of Random.
So is this guy a Glover?
This is the King of Random. Alright, so he's got like
What is he? What is he? What's the purpose?
Well, Well, I don't know. He just fucks shit up all the time. But he just happens to have a damn vacuum chamber. And boy, look at that. Look at that right there. Oh my stars. That now that
for a demonstration of the atmosphere.
That's a heart in silicone that would be reflective of what a human would experience in space. Now, you want to see what the space station in a negative vacuum atmosphere? You want to see what the space station? You want to see what the space station would do? I want to know how they equal. I want to know how they equalize. Here's a.
How can it handle 15 psi per inch outward pressure?
All right, let's see. Let's see. Here we go. Here's a Diet Coke, a pressurized capsule in a negative atmosphere. Well, first it starts working on the seal. Oh, sucked it right out of its weakest place and it's just sucking everything right out. But it's
I love this day. I'll come watch the rest of it. I gotta go.
Okay, I'll see you, Ron.
Thanks for letting me in. By the way, and yeah, I didn't know you had a new phone number. I don't think you even had your original one, but keep on keeping on, man. You're doing good.
All right, brother. We'll see you. Have a good night.
Take care.
All right, nice talking to you.
All right.
We'll see you.
You too. Bye. I'm Tracy.
All right, so there's your space capsule right there. There's your space capsule in space. They never seem to have any issues at all. What happens when you... So, it's not made of plastic. It's made of aluminum. Let's see what happens when you put an aluminum capsule in a vacuum. Alright, here we go. Oop, wait a minute. Let's back up. There we go. We're coming up to the space station, fixing to make contact. Boom! Wow, look at that. You could stand on that can. You could stand on that can and not explode it. You could ease a car down on top of that can and it wouldn't explode. But when you put it in a vacuum, all kinds of bad shit happens. What happens when I put my arm in a vacuum chamber? Will it explode? This guy is pretty fucking stupid, but okay. Oh my god, look at that. Let's see, he's gonna put his arm in it. Hold on. Here we go. This looks creepy. He's trying to get a seal. He's having a hard time getting a seal on it, it looks like. Oh, he gave up. Oh, he gave up that quick. Oh, he gave up that quick. That quick. That quick. There you go. Your head is much like a water balloon. The balloon is sealing the water on the inside. The water on the inside should not be affected until the balloon is compromised. How is the balloon? How is it drawing water? It's drawing the balloon up, which is drawing a vacuum on itself. So you're looking at a double vacuum. You got a vacuum pulling on the balloon, and the balloon is creating a vacuum of its own on the water, pulling up on the water, thus drawing the water out. And this is what would be your skin. Your skin would pull up and it would create a vacuum on everything else. And the point of the highest, I guess, pressure or depressure would be everywhere, all at one time equally. It's in a vacuum. Just so happens if it was in a weightless atmosphere, it would have a different effect, I'm sure. Probably the ball of air would be in the center of the balloon. Interesting, right? But you know, a piece of space dust. There, we'll open that one up. But a piece of space dust, a piece of space dust traveling at 500,000 miles an hour, because like when you're running down the road at 55 miles an hour on a motorcycle, and you catch a bug in the face, the bug might as well have been doing 55 miles an hour while you were sitting still. You understand? So a piece of space dust, while you're spinning and while you're moving at 500,000 miles an hour, and a piece of space dust just sitting still off on its own, not even moving, just had come to a rest 10 bazillion years ago. And your planet traveling at 500,000 miles an hour with the spin of a fucking golf ball hits a piece of space dust in your little space capsule up there in your atmosphere. Let me show you what happens at 60,000 psi, which would be not even a tiny amount of the speed that 500,000 miles an hour, right? 500,000. This is 60,000 psi. That's 60,000 miles an hour. It's 60,000 psi. That's just on his line, right? But this is what happens when you just hit it with water, like hit something with water at 60,000 psi. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. This is a water jet that cuts steel. Damn it. Come on. This is just water. That's just water cutting through steel. That's not sand. That's water. Just water. And their little capsule up there is like a tin can. I think they're living dangerously, to be honest with you. Hey, what happens when you put dry ice in the vacuum of space? Huh? Nothing spectacular. Because it's going to be giving off something to be sucked up the whole time it's in there. So they shouldn't be able to even draw a vacuum on it till it's all gone. That would be my guess. Anyway, I don't know. Duran did a terrible job at proving the globe. Hey, look what happens when you go to my channel now. They show a fucking McDonald's ad. It's fucking awesome. Look, they're showing a fucking McDonald's ad on my channel. It's crazy. I hate McDonald's. I don't want you advertising on my shit. Hey, McDonald's, when you bought all that advertising on fucking YouTube, let me ask you a question. Did they get your fucking order right? Or did they make you park around the fucking back of the building while they got your order together? That's right, Joy. This channel's so bad, the only thing I qualify for is McDonald's advertising, because they'll sell their wares to anybody. Well, I guess Walmart's going to be on my channel next. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I know. Those guys are freaking hating me. I don't even do flat earth shit anymore. And I can jump on and I don't mind showing you guys you know that like let me turn the mic around here. I think I'm even too loud. Ron's not on here. How about that? That's better, isn't it? Turn my music down a little bit. Let me turn what the hell is it? That's the no, that's not. Oh no, not that. That's not that. No, it's that right there. Alright. Oh yes, Preparation H is my official sponsor of the channel, Joy. Because you know if you don't know who sponsors this channel for real, you should know. Any of y'all that don't know who sponsors this channel for real needs to go to my Patreon page. I'm very open about who gives me what. You can go to my Patreon page. You can see who actually sponsors my channel. So, if I'm a shill, there's a couple of people in here that's a shill too. Because I'm getting paid by them. Now, granted, they're going, no, we're not paying you for this right here in particular. Well, it doesn't matter. You're still giving me money, so it could be misconstrued as anything. It doesn't matter exactly what you think you're giving me money for, but what other people think you're giving me money for. So let's just assume that you're giving me, for the sake of argument, you must concede that I am your puppet. I am a paid, controversial YouTuber. And let me tell you, y'all can go to my Patreon page and you can see something for yourself there. I'm raking it in. I know you're thinking, Jeff, didn't you used to work for NASA with Matt Powerland? And I would say yes, we worked together in the art department, and we drew a lot of pictures of things that we weren't, you know. Here, I'll show you. You want to see some of my NASA artwork? Okay. Here we go. Now, let me move this around so y'all can see it, because I know it's really hard to, that needs to be much smaller now. Hold on a second. Let me size this down. Now, in 1992, I got a job at Northrop Grumman doing Earth photorealism is the type of artwork I was doing, where I could take data that people would give me, and don't y'all listen to Joy. She's just making trouble. So I could take data that people would give me and make images or pictures, yeah, whatever, whatever you want to call it. I did this for NASA, and I was a child prodigy, as a matter of fact. With the right types of data, I can actually show you a picture of anything, really. I could show you absolutely anything. Now, I can give it to you abstractly, or I can give it to you by the numbers. I can follow your data and interpret your data. And this right here, I would have won the Nobel Peace Prize for this one right here. Unfortunately, it was a secret that I was even, the one that did it. Now, this is from when I started my professional career at NASA. This is the one that got me in the door. And I was doing a just my version of the Earth, and of how I really saw it, and they thought it was wonderful. So I moved up, and they gave me a nice computer, right? They gave me a nice computer, and I was able to do some remarkable stuff. Now, I know you're thinking that's exactly what it fucking looks like, and I would agree. I think that's exactly what it looks like. Now, I know you're going, well, Jeff, do you work for NASA? Didn't they give you anything? Well, they gave me like some data, right? They gave me some data, and like every version of Earth that you've seen, either Matt painted or I painted. And it was our joke, because it was more the data suggests that it's way more oblate, kind of like that. And as you can see, this is how I originally interpreted the data, as an oblate spheroid. But NASA tweaked their data a little bit, and they wanted to go with something a little more round. And all I'm saying is, I did my best with what they gave me. Now, as you can see, this is something Matt did. This was presented in the National Geographic in 1964. This is a couple of years before he was born. He was a child prodigy. He was painting from his mother's womb. Nothing there but an arm hanging out right between her legs with a paintbrush in it. And this is the kind of shit he could knock out. I thought that I was actually pretty good, but it turned out that he was much better than me. But NASA really picked me up because I was really good at the other things other than the Earth. My interpretation of data when it came to the stars and the other planets and stuff like that. And this propelled me, to heights that you would never. This is one I did of the Earth from the moon, and now I had people fighting over me at this point. When I presented this one, I had people fighting, and so I ended up going to work for Lockheed Martin, and this is they wanted me to show some population and some satellites and some stars and planets and stuff like that totally nailed it. And again, and I know you're thinking, there is no way Jeff did this shit. There is no way. Look, I prove it right here. This is my shit right here. This is my drawing table right here, bitches. Don't even think that it ain't. I'm a professional. Look at this one right here. That's me. That's all me right there. See the global warming. See, it's my Earth pollution diagram for global warming. So, you know, when you're thinking about supporting Flat Earth channel, this is the one you need to support, even though it's the worst channel on YouTube. You know, there's some real professionals. Now, I also teach classes online of how to draw the Earth. Now, a lot of people would say, oh, you trained Matt Powell. And I would say, yeah, I could have. I can't confirm or deny anything. But I definitely drew these right here. Anyway, I can't, everything else I got is classified. I can't show you anything except, you know, some of the stuff that you weren't included on my, you know, non-disclosure agreements. Well, what y'all think about that? That's pretty cool, ain't it? Damn right it's cool. Y'all had no idea who you were dealing with. Alright. So, who won the drawing tonight for who gets to ban Richard Clark? Is it Joseph Holly? Joseph Holly. Yay! Joseph Holly, you get to ban Richard Clark tonight. Where's Richard Clark anyway? He's not even in here. Okay, well, he's not in here. I'm sorry, Joseph. I am very sorry that Richard is not available to be banned. Better luck next time. And I'm sorry we don't do rain checks unless you chicken out like Joy. Anybody else want this microphone? It's Friday night. It's 10:22. I'm getting tired. Joseph, you want to come in here and take over this fucking mic for a minute? That'd be really cool if you wanted to. Oh yeah, them alphabet gangs, I'm telling you. You gotta watch out for them alphabet gangs. Or them gangs, period. Now, it just seems like nobody wants to, you know, I'm ready to take a break. I need to take a break. It's been another hour. Ron talked me to death. I bring him on here to prove the globe, and he does a terrible job. I had to finish it up for him. I'm sorry, Ron. I just can't leave my audience out there hanging on. Yeah, that's fine, Joseph. That is just fine. Is anybody want the mic? Anybody want the mic at all? Ryan? Flat Immaculate Contraption? Anybody that's still here that wants the mic? Hey, all you gotta do is ask for it. I'm not a mind reader. All right, Joy, I appreciate you hanging out. Have a good evening. Catch you tomorrow. Ryan says his girlfriend said no one wants to hear him complain. And Flat Immaculate Contraption says, Mike! I guess I'm Mike. Mike wants to be called Mike. Flat Immaculate Contraption wants to be called Mike. Sorry, Mike. I'll try to remember that. But Ryan, I don't even know why you're listening to your girlfriend anyway. Yeah, I never listen to my girlfriends ever. You can't do that, man. You can't. You gotta man up. You can't be letting women tell you what to do. Not in today's world. You gotta put them in their place right off. Throw them in the kitchen. Make them wash some dishes. Even if you got a dishwasher, you make them wash them damn dishes by hand for a while. What? Hello? Wait a minute. Did my wife just not cut my power out here? I think my power just got cut. Well, I meant like before you, honey. Girlfriends before you were a girlfriend. No woman is worth listening to unless it's your wife. Then you might have to consider. I consider everything sweetheart tells me. I consider everything she tells me. But the most important thing is she can cook. And that's all I'm going to say. Yeah, I'm sure she'd be proud. She can cook. But I can do laundry pretty good. Hey, I almost got bit by a fucking dog today at my 4 o'clock appointment. It was like one of them hunting kind of pointer dogs, you know. He was big as hell. He was freaking huge. And the lady showed up. She was like 20 minutes late. She shows up. I come walking up the driveway. I got my bag and shit. And she's like, are you scared of dogs? And I'm like, no, I ain't scared of no dogs. Now, I hear a dog barking, but you never can tell. Big dog, little dog, whatever. And I said, as long as it ain't no Rottweiler, I'm good. You know, as a second thought. And she was like, hey, somebody want to come in here? Jeff is a vacuum. Anyway, so she says, oh yeah, Brian or whatever his fucking name, whoever do, I never don't know who the hell she just said a name, and I guess like it's wasn't her house, and he said to give so you could give him a treat, and I'm like, oh okay, all right, you know, and I'm like, yeah, I'm good with dogs, and she goes in and she's pushing her way past this big ass dog. He comes up to the doorknob. I mean, his head is fucking way up there, and I'm like, wow. That's a big dog. Nah, I'm not scared of big dogs unless it's a Rottweiler or a pit bull. And I know that some people own pit bulls and Rottweilers. They think, well, yeah, they're just like any other dog. But they're just like any other dog till they get a hold of you. So that's all I'm going to say. Or chow or something like that. I mean, anyway, I give the dog a treat. She hands the treat out the crack of the door. I hand the treat back in the crack of the door to the stupid dog. He takes the treat out of my hand. She opens up the door. I walk in. He started growling and barking. She drug him out to the sliding glass door, put him outside. Anyway, at one point, somebody let him back in, and I'm behind the refrigerator, and that dog came up to me, and he was towering over me. I'm like sitting on Indian style behind the refrigerator. And man, that dog, I thought he was fixing to bite my ass, boy. He was growling and snarling and barking, and I was just like, holy shit. I don't have anything except a water inlet solenoid to work with here. What am I going to do? Anyway, somebody grabbed him. I guess it was her. I could only keep my eyes on that dog's teeth. He was right up in my face. So I guess nobody wants the mic, not even Ryan. Oh, Ryan. Oh, he fell for the looks. Oh, she's cuter than him, so he's got to do it, she says. Dang, Ryan. You know, you're not presenting. You're not presenting, Ryan. You gotta present, buddy. We got them outnumbered here, Ryan. I mean, there's way more guys here than girls. There is no reason why we got to cave on this right here. You hear what I'm saying? We shouldn't have to cave at all on this. I mean, we got your back. What's her name? She got a phone number? Everybody call this girl. Ryan's going to put her phone number up. Let's everybody call her and tell her what we think. Dang it. Alright, it's 10:30. I ain't gonna be on here all night. I already did my presentation of what I wanted to do on the other shit. Did it about a couple hours ago. If you wanna, I don't know, fucking not learn or not be entertained or whatever, just fucking don't go watch it. But if you want to learn a little something or be a little entertained or whatever, you can go watch it. And don't worry about giving it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. It don't fucking matter on this channel. They're gonna shut the bitch down anyway. They shut it down like clockwork. They really do. They shut my shit down. I mean, it's almost like clockwork now. I mean, it's actually ridiculous. I mean, I can't hardly do nothing. Every time I turn around, they're blocking. I feel like I'm fighting a football team, and I'm the only guy on my team, and they keep throwing me the damn ball and they want to tackle me, and for some reason I keep catching the fucking ball and I keep running, and every damn time they just cream me. They just smear the shit out of me, and everybody gets up, and then I get a flag on the play for, like, I don't know, fucking spearing or face masking or grabbing somebody's dreadlocks or something, when I'm just trying to get away from these sons of bitches that are chasing me down, wanting to tackle my ass. So they give me the flag. I lose 10 yards and my down, and it starts all over again. They throw the ball to me, they blow the whistle, and they come running after me again. I catch the ball and I take off running, and they freaking cream me again. And then I get a flag from the ref because I was either holding or face masking or poking people's eyes or whatever, and then they blow the whistle, they throw me the ball, they blow the whistle, I run, they tackle me. It's like it never stops. Never stops. You know what I think it is? Richard fucking Clark. That's what it is. Right now, he is hacking my stream. And he is inserting things that nobody should have to see or hear at all. That's what's going on here. And I'm pretty sure that's what's going on here. Pretty sure. I could be wrong. But I'm going to dox him anyway. I want to show y'all exactly who Richard Clark is. Now, we've been dealing with this man for quite some time. He has been around for a long, long time. Now, nobody knows where he came from. Nobody knows quite how long he's been here. But let me show you some more stuff that we found on Richard Clark. I know you're going to be really amazed at this. You're going to say, I had no idea, Jeff. I had no idea about all this. And, hold on. I'm looking forward. Hold on. Damn it. Am I even in the right thing here? Let me sort by name then, if that's not going to come up like that. There we go. That's much better. See, I do some, that's not right there either. Oh my God. Hold on. Is it in downloads? Hold on. Maybe it's in here. Here it is. Now, let me make this bigger so y'all can see it. Actually, let me do this right here so y'all can see this better. There we go. Now, as you can see, Richard Clark worked as a Russian postal worker in the early and late 1800 and early 1900s. So we found Richard Clark working in Russia. As you can see, that's his name on his bag. Here, I'll make this bigger so you can see it. Okay. You see that? We also found him working. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Y'all can't see chat now. Hold on. I don't even know where chat is. It's overlay. Okay. I don't even know where it's at. There it is. Let me move one more down. There we go. Alright, so we found him again on the opposite side of the border working for the Germans in the mid-40s. Okay? Alright. Now, recent intel shows that he's been operating overseas with the Muslims, and he actually has his own smartphone app that directs people that are searching for the Quran and Allah, that direct them to his phone application, which tells them that Allah isn't real, that Richard Clark is your only God or something like that. Okay? Now, this actually leads into his Libyan connection, which actually let me back up a little bit. So where I ran into him originally here is at this little kitchen that I used to stop at when I was passing through this quaint little town in Huntsville, Alabama. And it was, I never remember the name, but it was a Richard Clark Museum and Kitchen. Okay. And when I asked several times about the owner, Richard Clark, they all shook their heads. They didn't seem to know what I was talking about, which is kind of weird to me. Okay, but that was the first time I'd ever heard anything about Richard Clark, and the address that this restaurant and museum is at is very, very close to a Muslim church thing. Okay, now if all this has you confused, I'm fixing to clear it all up. Now, Richard Clark also has his own foundation in Mexico, and one of his biggest donors is the El Presidente of Mexico. And as you can see, that even shows that Richard Clark is a part of the Mexican underworld. Okay, now, at the statue of Hercules, the theater of Pompeii in the Vatican Museum, there is a statue, and on its penis, it says Richard Clark was here, but it says it in Russian, which is really weird, because when you look at, also, if you look at one of the buildings in the Vatican, it also says Richard Clark was here. That's on the Vatican. Richard Clark was here. Now, I know that I don't really keep up with the research on YouTube, but this is definitely Richard Clark right here. Right here. This guy definitely, most definitely is Richard Clark. That's all I can tell you about him. And he's a YouTube terrorist. He is a YouTube terrorist. Now, you would say, oh, you're the terrorist, Jeff, because you're the one getting banned and blocked everywhere, and Richard doesn't get banned and blocked everywhere. Well, that's because he's a terrorist. That's exactly why. Alright, so anyway, I'm going to get off of here. It's 11:45, and I want to sit down. I'm tired. I worked a little today, so I just want to get off of here. And y'all can have a good night. And appreciate you hanging out. And if you got to work tomorrow, don't work too hard. And that's all. I appreciate everybody showing up. Y'all have a good night.